Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. In this video, I will be discussing the benefits of making the television and projector image on your piece of equipment a lot better. Okay, and we're back. This is very exciting, okay? There aren't a lot of people that are doing this in the world, but me being very, very focused on detail also in the television projector image world. I've noticed that when I go to stores that there is a general problem with televisions and projectors out there. It's especially televisions in the cheaper scale. They have a very bad tendency of rendering nature images in a way that just doesn't look very nature-like, you know. We have a huge focus in this part of the hi-fi world, the television world, that just get a big screen and just get a lot of pixels, big resolution like 4K, and you've basically got a really good screen. And that is a big part of the truth, but what I find is that especially the lower quality televisions around $1,000 to $2,000 new, they just have a problem of making nature colors seem natural. It's all kind of very clean and cool looking, and definitely the image stabilization technique has improved a lot the last 10 years time, and black level is better than ever, but I still feel that the color and the tone is just way off, and I'm here to give you a solution for that today. You might think that I'm a bit crazy for what I'm gonna reveal now, but I've got a solution for you that you can do on 3 levels. And doing it on all 3 levels will give you the best results. So this is basically to tell you that if you have a television that has cost you around $1,000 or more, then you should be considering this. If you have a very cheap television that costs less than $1,000 new, I would not do this, because this is a tweak that will cost a bit of money to do, but once you have a really good TV, you will thank me for being able to reveal this. So requirements: you need a television that can accept a reasonably big cable. This is like the very smallest cable. This is the stuff that we used in the olden days. This thing that gets plugged into the inlet of your television. If you don't have anything that's at least as big as this, you can't do it, you know. There's this new standard of cable where it's like bent in, and it's a very thin little piece of cord. That's also one of the reasons why a lot of the newer televisions don't have a lot of natural power on nature pictures, and that we're just getting this processed CPU like upscaled picture, instead of in the olden days where we could connect a proper power cord. Then it would give a more of a natural picture look. So yeah, we're basically just going to be creating a good cable, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So basically we need a silver cable, and it doesn't have to be the best quality, because this is not audio where quality matters a lot. You can do with the basic silver acrylink cable on eBay. It's like the cheapest stuff. I think you can get enough cable for around, like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 pounds or something like that on eBay. You have to research that, but that is basically what you have to do. And silver is better than copper in this case, so I would suggest using silver. And then use some good plugs, preferably Wattgate, Fruitec, or Yade, and in rhodium or silver. I personally like the 046 Oyate plug. It's a bit expensive, but it gives a very natural color palette. This is a bit more revealing, the silver version. You don't need to go for the very expensive Oyate plugs. I mean, we're not talking about audio, so don't waste the money on that. These are pretty expensive plugs. You probably never used this amount of money on plugs before, but it is a good investment as long as you have a pretty good television. And yeah, as the last part here, to save a bit of money, you can also use a relatively short cable. It can be a bit difficult for it to reach the power socket where it needs to connect to your power bar, but using a short cable, probably around 50 or 100 centimeters, will give you a better effect. So, and if you combine that with using a double pull of silver on the minus pole, it will also create a very good effect. So, and then remember to check in the end that it's all very safely done and that it's in correct phase. If you don't have it in correct phase, you can actually see it a bit on the television. So you remember to check if it's on the correct phase. So now you have a picture that's a lot more natural in color and in tone, plus the image is more smooth, natural, and stable. And the colors have a lot more power in a good way. And you will especially notice this when looking at nature pictures, like when you're looking at the Discovery Channel or something like that. But as I said before, I only recommend doing it typically around the $2,000 to $10,000 TV and projector category. When you're around $1,000 or less, you don't really need to do this because the quality of the TV usually isn't that good in the color and tone, so you won't really harvest so much. So it won't really make a lot of sense because it also costs a bit to make this cable. So remember, you can also do this something called an ISF calibration, something that I strongly recommend. Everybody with a good screen or projector should have it ISF calibrated before you do this. It makes a huge difference. It totally transforms your TV. And you also save a lot of money on your electrical bill. But you can take this to a even more extreme level. If you have a lot of money to spend and you're a very talented do-it-yourself guy, you can take this tweak even further, or take it to your local repair guy and put an inlet plug on your television or your projector. Inlet plug is basically the thing receiving the signal from your power cable. That's where you plug this thing into on your television or your projector. So, I mean, the best inlet plug I know in the world is this one, and it's actually relatively cheap. You can also get a Furutech plug that is in different types of classes. Usually they cost a bit more, but this will actually make a huge difference. So yeah, and we've also got these older plasma television screens like Kuro, Löwe, and BO from around the 2005 to 2010 era, and they actually made some pretty good screens. So you could, in theory, just get one of those used for only like a couple of hundred bucks, maybe only $100 or $200 used. Those are really good screens. You know, they beat a lot of the modern screens up to around $1,000. After that, you know, the black level and the resolution is just a lot better, a lot more clear on the newer screens, especially when you get up to the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 screens. So yeah, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because you need a lot of space, and these older screens usually had that amount of space to hold this power cable end. that's an important thing to remember. So I hope this helps helps you guys with improving the image quality. Have a nice day. Bye.